The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Rise and shine, it's marijuana time. Your morning wake and bake show, and it's time to get high. Rise and shine, it's marijuana time. Your morning wake and bake show here on the NOK Network.
Love you, brother. Awesome, dude. That was a good hit.
What's good, Brother Ron? Good morning, good morning. This is my baby, Terrapin. You know that Grateful Dead song, Terrapin Station. Here we go, baby. Much love.
Happy 420, Mr. Man. Light him if you got him.
Rise and shine, it's marijuana time. Your morning wake and bake show, and we're here to get high.
Hey Ryan, how's it going? For the morning rise and shine, this is burnt camdog in the bag, and here we go. There you go. Peace.
Good morning, all. Winnie the Rottweiler and the Frog Father GJL enjoying his bong. Oh, that was a good one. Peace, everyone. Take care.
Cheers, everybody. Cannabis Warner.
Cheers.
Rise and shine, it's marijuana time. Your morning wake and bake show here on NOK Network. Oh, hey there, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to this morning's episode of Rise and Shine. It's marijuana time, your morning wake and bake show right here on NOK Network. And I'm your joint host, Ron McNabb. We're going to have, a.k.a. the Forgetful Stoner, and we're going to have a great time here medicating with our like-minded friends this morning. So welcome, everyone. We are at episode 321 for this Sunday, September the 28th, 2025. So we're almost the end of September here. Almost the end of September. And we got Wayne Palmer in the house. Good morning, Wayne. Good morning, good morning. Hope all is fine with you this fine fall morning. I don't think we got Mike here or any Mike here yet. We'll see. We got Wayne tagging a few people. Yeah, the Frog Father's not in here either right now. I'm not sure where he is. That's all fine, because we're here. We're going to smoke together. And whoever's not here, I guess they lose out, eh? Just kidding. I understand people have life to live, and they got things to do, and may not always be able to be here. So what is everyone smoking on this morning? I am smoking on platinum cookies. And we're 3 minutes away from 7:10. So I'm going to bring the clock up here. Oh, took myself out there for a second. There we go. And we'll get to count down the 7:10 together, folks. So today is Sunday. Man, another week just went by. Cutting down number 3 wild plant today. You can imagine if you had them all to do at one time. So you got a lot of weed there to eventually cut down and trim up there, bud, eh? Wild weed. I think that's awesome, though, really. Smoking a joint of pure madness this morning. Hey, Wayne, you getting the hotties popping up on the screen again this morning? Yeah, that was weird. Definitely not on my side. But a little bit of the hotties popping up, or just a little bit of weed? Oh, jeez. That scared me. 7:09. Not yet. Well, that's good. That was weird what was happening yesterday. Maybe some kind of weird ad thing was popping up. I don't know. Rise and shine. It's marijuana. Oh, wait. We got no weed in our bong. Weed fairies are slacking out on the job here, eh? Gotta fill my own bong. There we go. We'll do our 10-second countdown. Just your ugly mug. Right? Oh, I forgot to put the loop on. Here we go. 7, 6, no. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. I was counting the wrong way. There we go. It is 7:10. Happy 7:10, Easties. Light them up if you got them, folks. And if you don't got them, well, this bud's for you. So here we go. What we got to say? Oh, yeah. Fire in the bowl. Cheers. And there we go. Happy 710 Easties. Whoop whoop. For one split second, I had the taste of mint sauce in my mouth. I don't know why. You know, like your mint jelly, your mint sauce you put on lamb. Oh, I haven't had lamb in a long time. Alright, we're going to come back full screen here. Okay. Trying to find something here on the computer to share later. Here. Oh, I got a couple of comments. Waiting to lighten the screen up on fire, read on. His joint is making me cry. Air pressure this morning seems heavy. Or air pressure seems heavy this morning. I'm reading the words backwards here. I'm not looking forward to winter coming. I'll be honest. It ends up becoming hibernation time. I spend, during the good months, during the good weather, nice weather, no snow weather, I spend a good portion of my days outside. Good portion. And, in the wintertime, nope, I spend most of my time indoors. I just cannot deal with being out in that cold. I'm trying to find. There's Tuesday, Monday. Okay, there it is. I haven't come back far enough. There we go. Same here, Ron. Winter, I'm in the house too, right? I do not like venturing out into the cold. If I have to, I will. But I'm not just going out there just to do it. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to put a different song on here now. We're going to go to right here. And right here. There we go. Get it jiving up a little bit in here, eh? Summertime, I'm mostly outside until bedtime, right? Same here. Same here. Wine, rise and shine, it's marijuana time. I'm hoping. Well, one thing with winter, I gotta get winter tires for my van. Someone's got a used set, good amount of tread left on them, $250. No rims, so it'll cost me $20 a tire to get them switched over. But it's not a bad price. Even if I only get one winter, I'll get two or more. I'm inside when the temp goes under 10 degrees. Around 10 is where I start feeling cold. I'll work outside. I don't mind being outside if it's a little bit colder than that, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm just sitting, I don't like it that much. I start to feel chilled. And that's more recently where I feel chilled and can't warm up. That's since I lost weight and can't gain weight back right now. Actually, I haven't weighed myself in the last little while, so I might have gained a bit. But before I took sick in 2023, I was about 169, 170 pounds. And within like 2 months, I dropped down to like 125, 130. And, but 125 to 130, maybe a little bit more. But I seem to, for the last, almost 2 years now, hover around 140. No matter what I eat. And that's the thing, I don't eat anywhere near the amount that I used to. And that's all since being sick. We're 3 minutes away from 420, folks. So let's bring the clock back up. So we can watch the time. We got Shane Garley in the house. Good morning, good morning. Cheers. And Wayne says, LOL, I've been eating more each time I've been eating lately. I haven't gained any weight. Great. Yeah, I can't seem to gain weight either since I got sick. But as I say, I am on a waiting list to see the gastroenterologist, and I do believe that it's some nerve issues, nerve impingements or entrapments that's affecting my digestive system and stuff like that. But time will tell. Time will tell. Morning clouds paint the sky into now. I gotta get the words up on the screen here. We got just about 1 minute left for 420 for the West Coast. And there's our 1 minute reminder. It's 419. What is that, Pacific time? Long a time, wake and bake, let the good times fly. Yeah, Pacific. Shane says he's up potting newly rooted clones from the outdoor ladies, up potting older ones into 1 gallon for 4-inch pots, and up potting 1 gallon into 8-inch net pots for the swamp. Sounds like a great plan. Just everything all keeping in motion, right? Well-oiled system. And there we go. We forgot to do the 10-second countdown, but it is now 420, folks. So there we go. Happy 420, Westies. Light them up if you got them. Whoop, whoop. Cheers. Fire in the bowl. We got a couple of picks. Got a pick here. Oh, a few picks. Boy, look at that. There, we'll come back full screen. Look at them roots. That's what I'm talking about. Marijuana time.
Puff, puff, pass till the mood feels right. Like-minded minds in a hazy stream, floating through life on a smoky dream. Medicinal magic, it's no crime. Chill with Ron at the 7 bell chime. Fluid, twisted, spark it high. Morning clouds paint the sky.
Love seeing the progression.
Don't need to try. This is the way we fly.
Look at that. It's great to have plants of all different stages. So you have like a perpetual grow going on, right? It's a lot of work though, maintaining a perpetual grow. Look at that. We got some training going on here. Branches being tied down. At this stage of life, the plants look really weird, right? But it's amazing what they'll end up turning into, right? So that looks exciting. Still burning my joint. Nice clones, right? I was thinking those were monster cropped. Yeah, they're funny looking because monster crop is where you take clones from a plant that's in flower a bit and you allow it to re-veg. It takes a little longer, but you end up getting explosive growth afterwards. But the plants can get really funky looking. Twisted leaves. You get 1-finger leaves. I've seen like 3-finger leaves, but the fingers are like really wide. Let me bring that last pick back up. Shine, it's marijuana time. Start that LST right away makes a huge difference, right? Yeah, there's a 3-finger leaf right there. And it looks kind of weird. You got one fat one and then 2 skinnier ones. But I've also seen where you get like 3 really fat fingers a month into flower, right? I've done it. The first time I ever did it was the first time I was growing. It was a white widow plant that was gifted to me by a fellow patient. And I took 8 clones off it. But it was about a week or 2 into flower. And 4 clones survived. I grew them out indoors, learning how to grow and all that. And but I've done it since, and I did it about 3 or 4 weeks into flower. And again, it does take longer for it to go back to its like regular vegetative state. But yeah, you can get some really big growth happening. So we're gonna go to break right after this is done here, the song, let it run through one more time. Rise and shine, it's a matter of one at a time. I saved those because I was shaving the outdoor lady's legs and thought, what a good, what a waste of compost, right? I hate doing that. I hate trimming up for my outdoor plants. There's a whole ton of branches underneath that I got to take off and I clean out, and sometimes I'll snip stuff off from the center of the plant just to create some airflow through, and some of that small stuff's not going to do anything, right? But it's big enough that it could be taken for clones. And sometimes it just hits the compost bin. And it's like, it almost hurts. It's like, I feel like I should be putting these to root. So if I've got the time or whatever, I'll do that. Like right now, I've got one peanut butter breath, one lone clone left out of all the ones I took. But I didn't really need to grow them. I've just had them. They've been forgotten and stuff. So my fault on a lot of it. But we were out camping, all that type of stuff. So I didn't get to change the water as often as I should. So I did lose some stuff. But I have one peanut butter breath that did survive all of it. And it's in a 1 gallon pot right now. It's marijuana time. Wake and bake, let the good times fly. It's marijuana time. Wow. Roll a twisted spark, get high. Morning clouds, beneath the sky. Look at this. Tune in, tune out, no need to try. This is the way we fly. Okay, we're going to go to break in just a second. I'm just going to show these pics here. Look at that. We'll zoom in. That's nice. Oh, look at this. Look at the purples in there. Another nice one. That's a nice shot. I like that. That looks like it could be like the wallpaper on a phone. I've had the same wallpaper on my phone here, this, since before I had a smartphone. And I've had smartphones for almost 10 years now. I had a flip phone that had a color screen on it, and you could upload JPEGs. And that's a picture I took of a mouse in the kiddie pool when my kids were really little. I took that picture probably back in 2007. And I've had that as a backdrop on my phone ever since. Oh yeah, look at that. Trees. I grow trees of weed. There's a song in there somewhere. Growing trees of weed. We got beautiful gardens. Stay lifted. Tuning in from YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Morning, y'all. Stay lifted, they say. And Wayne says, Shane, I only have 8x8 bedroom that I use for my hydro system. Right? New grow space coming along. Was that other photo? I wasn't sure if that one was accidentally sent or not. But I guess that might be down in there somewhere. That's a nice space. That's a nice big space down there. And see, I like the black on the ceiling. Now, I rent here, so I don't think I could get away with painting black on the ceiling, but I've thought about getting lattice and having it painted black. And because it really changes the look of the room. And where I saw it first was there's these YouTubers. The girl's name is Heaven. I can't remember his name. They hang with Pigeons 420 and Dude Grows and all these guys and stuff. Jorge Cervantes. Hi again. On YouTube. Dustin? No. Shit. I can't remember his name. Anyways, they bought a house together. They were living separately. They moved in together, and they bought a house, moved in together, and then they renovated the basement. And there was a section of 3 rooms in the basement that they converted to one big open space. But it's like a grow room, studio, like broadcasting studio and separate editing studio. So it's really cool. And they did the black. They did the black on the ceiling, and it really, really enhances the look of the room. So I like that. Okay, we just got a couple comments here. Okay, hold on. Wayne, we're going back. Okay, right here. Wayne says, I'm hoping to start my hydro system this winter. I've never run it last winter. Yeah, you haven't had that going for a while, eh? So I remember you showing stuff from hydro or talking about it, right? When I start the hydro, I'll be doing seeds though, right? And that's when Wayne says I only have an 8x8 bedroom that I use for my hydro system. Shane says I do seeds only for new stock and pheno selection, then clone from my favorites and flower out moms and then re-veg them if they're worthy. Right? Everyone's got a system, what works for them. And the way you do it, Shane, I think is a pretty good system. But it's a lot of work because you're always doing something, because you've always got plants all in different stages, and it's work, right? I would love to have the space, right? That's a lot of space if you're willing to sog from clone, right? Could easily pull pounds out of every run. Probably talking to Wayne there. So, all right, we're going to go to break, folks. Let's have just one more quick toke before we go. But we will be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Almost forgot about going to break. I get busy chatting here. So, we're talking about growing weed. Like, come on. And now we're going to smoke it. All right, cheers. Get smoky in here. Here, we'll clear it out fast. Oh, it still didn't go that fast. Anyways, we'll be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds, folks. Great. It's a good thing I use the work as a hobby, right? Oh, hold on. Wayne says, only strain I redone to grow was Blue Lime Pie strain. Grew for 4 years in a row. I usually start new strains. Yeah, I like doing a variety of strains all the time. I would love to have a couple of strains, though, that I have all the time. But I work with what I got, right? So, anyways, we will be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So please don't go away, folks. We'll be back with more Rise and Shine. It's marijuana time right after this short commercial break. Cheers.
Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine, and she is spreading that education across the North. Activism, referrals, resources, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no, sir, to propaganda with No Sir. Find them at www.nocer.ca.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyndinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab, only really need one dab. One dab.
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying off the blunts. God. Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyndinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at NOKNetwork.com.
Dad. Enjoy the show, man.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to this morning's episode of Rise and Shine. It's marijuana time, your morning wake and bake show right here on NOK Network. And again, I'm your joint host, Ron McNabb, aka the Forgetful Stoner. And we've been having such a great time here, haven't we? Medicating with our like-minded friends. So welcome back, everyone. And we're at episode 321 for this Sunday, September the 28th, 2025. Can you believe it? We're almost the end of September here. Getting close to Croptober, right, folks? And Wayne's already begun the process. Turn that down a bit. Wayne's already begun the process with his plants outdoors. He's working on number 3 today. Right, Wayne? I like seeing how much different each strain grows. If you ever get a strain where it grows a certain way and you don't like it, I have. I don't like plants that look like they're very fragile and skinny leaves. Some plants just have different features like that, right? Now, sometimes that could just be difference between the different phenos, or it could be genetically to that plant where it just looks a certain way, right? It also can sometimes be environment too, but a lot of times it is genetics. Me too. Each of them are unique, right? But there's some that I've had that just like as they're growing, it's like, oh man, that's the nicest looking plant I've ever had. Wayne says, Shane, yep, don't do the Pokemon thing. Kind of same idea though. Gotta smoke them all, right? I might do number 3 today. Kind of like your oil change, right? Yeah, the oil change eventually did get done. And I've done like 1,500 kilometers now since that oil change. So that's why I knew the oil change had to be done. Because I knew I was going to be doing a bunch of driving. And I was already over on it. I usually, whenever I buy a new vehicle, well, new to me, used vehicle, I usually change the oil and the transmission fluid, the transmission filter and the oil filter, and that first thing. Like it gets done within that first month. I've done that for years. Even if the fluids look fine, I usually will change them anyway, just because then I know from when I bought the vehicle that that's been done, right? Especially for the transmission. So I have done it I did the transmission fluid in the van here already, but it took me a while to get the oil change done. Do it this way so I can see how well each strain does both outdoors and indoors. Right? I like growing a plant indoors and outdoors to see the difference of them. Because my indoor setup, I can just grow small plants. My lights aren't that powerful, but for what they do, for the light output that they have, and for what I paid, they do produce a half decent bud. It's just that I don't get really big plants. That's the thing. But I usually get 2 to 3 ounces per side, so 4 to 6 ounces per grow in the cabinet there. So that's not too bad. But I'm not growing in the cabinet to meet my daily needs. I just grow it in there just because I can. It gives me something to do. My buddy just did his first oil change in his life, 2010 Dodge Caravan. He bought it used, drove 170,000 kilometers, never had it changed. Says it's like a new van. Wow. Holy crap. Says it's like a new van with the oil change. I bet. I wonder how dirty and sludgy that oil was. I had a car once that I drove, I think nearly 100,000 kilometers, and I never changed the oil. It was a Hyundai Elantra. That car, man, that was a fun car. 2001 Hyundai Elantra, 4-door. Nice little car. I used it for commuting back and forth to work. Awesome on gas. It was a small car, but it wasn't too small. Really nice, just everyday commuter car. Kind of reminded me of like Dodge and the Chrysler's version of the K car years ago. We got Stolen Hellcat in the house. Good morning, good morning. Wayne says the old school Snow White strain and the Blue Lime Pie strain are the best you've had. Yeah, they're great vans. I'm on my, what number of Dodge Grand Caravan? I had a white one, silver, red. This is my 4th Dodge Grand Caravan, my 5th van. So I've also, in the mix, have had a Ford Aerostar and a Chevy Venture. The Chevy Venture was not bad. If you're a backyard mechanic, Chevy Venture is not that bad of a van. But I love driving that one. It was a nice one to drive. My uncle drove his old Nova 350 engine. The only thing he used to do was change the oil filter and just add oil to fill it up. Change your oil, right? So yeah, I did get the oil changed on the van. And I use full synthetic. So I don't pay full price for it though. I wait until it goes on sale at Canadian Tire. And it's on sale. There's some form of it on sale at different times. Because some of it can be expensive. Like in my van, it takes 5.7 liters. I think it is. So I need 6 liters essentially. So this past time I bought a jug and a 1 liter, but the 1 liter jug is like $15. I remember when 1 liter jugs of oil were like, the cheapest one was like $5. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's got a cartridge filter. The bottom one was the bottom one was the dirty one, black. The top one is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, I bet that filter probably was fully plugged up. Look at the brakes too. Yeah, I just did rear pads on my van. Thankfully, I caught it in time with the wear indicator, so there was no damage to the rotors. But I've driven cars before where you had no choice but to drive. And it's either that or you pay for a tow truck that you don't have the money for, because I didn't have roadside assistance back then. I do now. I have had for a little while now. Wayne says his uncle put over $600,000 on that Nova. Wow. He did his buddy's brakes at the same time, right? 5 quart is $20 at Wally World. Yeah, I go to Canadian Tire. I get my. I get it for. I get the jug, 5-liter jug for usually in between $26 and $34. We got Billy Joe Neff in the house. Good morning. Good morning. She says, good morning, y'all. Big hugs, y'all. I've listened to the Canna song at least a few times a day. And thanks, Forgetful Stoner. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll probably put that song on in a minute here. So when this is done, we'll let this run through. And we'll flip over to that other one. We'll let that one run a few times. And then we'll be out of here. So yeah, I usually wait until it comes on sale for that price. But regular price for some of them can be like $50 to $80 for a 5-liter jug. Now, last time I did just for the van, I did just buy this jug at a 1-liter because I didn't really have the money to spend on another jug, even though it would have been more cost effective over the long run because I'm buying volume and saving money on the volume. But I didn't have the money to do that with it. Here, give me 1 second. Let me find this here. There we go. There we go. We'll have this on to close out. We just did back brakes on the tow truck. Brakes were so worn out, the calipers were and the rotors had to replace those too. Right? So I've done that before. His left rear was seized solid and would only move forward, so had to maneuver in Tim Hortons up and over a huge median. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the other thing. The calipers, they need service. There's slides there. And if you don't keep them greased and the dirt and the rust cleaned off of everything around it, they'll seize right up. Sometimes it can be a failure with the caliper, like inside, the piston seizes. But more often than not, it's because the slides haven't been maintained and greased. So I do all my own work on most of my own work on my vehicles. Most of the work on my own vehicles. I might also mention that van hasn't had reverse for several years now. Oh man. I had a car that lost the ability to go forward, but it did have reverse, and I had broken down in a parking lot across the street from Mr. Transmission. So I wasn't there when I called them. The keys were left in the car under the floor mat, and I called them from my grandparents. This was in Toronto, and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll get the car over." Well, they realized that they could just reverse it. They didn't have to tow it over to their shop. They just reversed it through the parking lot where I was parked in, reversed it across the road and into their parking lot and into their shop. So, anyways, I'd found a used transmission at the wreckers for $100. So I picked it up, dropped it off with my dad's car. They installed. I can't remember what I paid to have it installed, but that was on my '81 Olds Cutlass. Always adventure in that van. I have a van that I have adventure. My red Dodge Grand Caravan. Oh man, I bought it off of after I bought it, I realized the guy probably was a curbsider in Toronto. Because there's no way that vehicle would have passed the safety. That was with me driving it home. I figured that out. It needed new struts. Anti-seize is your friend on calipers, right? Canadians don't mind going backwards often. Always adventures in that van. Yeah, so I had a Dodge Grand Caravan that was like that. Every time I go on a trip somewhere, there's always be something. I've changed calipers I've changed a caliper in a church parking lot before, where my son, he was out with his girlfriend at the time. This was when he's married now and kids. This was like a few years back. And I'll come back to Wayne's comment in a second. So I had to get on the phone, call him, and he ended up going to, I was supposed to go pick him up, but he ended up taking a taxi cab. He went to Canadian Tire. He bought me the caliper. He took a taxi from Canadian Tire over to where I was, and then I changed the caliper in the parking lot. Okay, we're gonna. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's just keep playing the same. Okay, so the guy that owns the truck put over 7,000 in the rear end and fixed the power, takeoff, and transmission when I started driving it. Wow. It's not cheap, man. I've had a few vans, but my favorite one was my 1990 full-size 1-ton Dodge van. Wasn't no minivan. I would love to get a full-size van, honestly. I grew up, that's what I learned to drive on. Well, what would have been like a 15-passenger van, but it was a cargo van. So we're going to get on out of here in just a few minutes, folks. Working on 30-some-year-old drums after 2 parts kits. Really needs parts kits. It really needs a total overhaul of all the parts, right? And my son's finding that out on his truck. He's got a 2000 GMC 1500 4x4, and it's just, he's trying to get it up on the road, and it's just one thing after another. And he's redone a lot of the stuff, but he hasn't had he's had the box off, but it's not had the bed off, the cab. So there's a gas line that went, and so I don't know. That van was a beast, right? Need a welder. Yeah, so we have a welder here. Both my father-in-law and my son know how to weld. Actually, I don't know if my middle boy knows how to weld. My oldest boy is a welder. He's off on parental leave right now, but he's worked in the mines, like, you know, the big, huge, like, dump truck type of things. The sides get smashed. He cuts out big chunk of it, fabricates a new piece to go up in there, welds it in, that type of stuff. Had a 404 barrel carb. My 85 Olds Delta 88, I think, had a 4 barrel carb on it. Can't quite remember. I think my dad's, he had a Plymouth Caravel at one point, and I think that had a 4 barrel carb. Favorite van was 1998 Honda Odyssey, first gen. Yeah, those are pretty cool. I know 2 people who had got them when they first came out, and they drove them for years. They had them for like 10 years, and then they were still a great van after they had them. And one of them, I know the person who had bought it. She drove it for several years, and I can't remember why. I think it was it was in an accident. She was in an accident with it, and it was written off. But they had the seats that folded into the floor as well. I think they were first, before Chrysler came out with the or the Dodge came out with the Stone Go seating. Wish I had a few vehicles I had over the years, right? I loved it was just a 4-cylinder. Was it 4-cylinder? It was 6-cylinder. Must have been 4-cylinder. 4-cylinder. It was a 94 Plymouth, 94 Pontiac Sunbird, 2-door. That was a fun car to drive too. Never really had any issues with that car, and I put a lot of kilometers on it. Cars were solid iron blocks, right? Years ago. Not now. Laugh it up. Full independent suspension, disc brakes all around. 4 captain's chairs, power everything was written off by a teenager with 416,000. Exactly, right? Yeah, those Honda Odyssey, and well, almost anything Honda, you're almost guaranteed to be able to see, as long as it's maintained well, you're guaranteed to see 500,000 kilometers. And that's always been the case, even years ago. When most North American cars topped out at less than 200,000, seeing them in the records, and not ones that were in an accident, just cars that were just done. Yeah, Toyota too. Toyota. I wanted to get a Toyota Sienna, but the price of them just was not recently. I wasn't looking for one, but over the years when I had vans, and it was like Toyota and Honda were out of my price range for it. Now, over time, probably I would have been able to afford the Toyota or the Honda because of the reliability factors. You spend more up front, but you save on the back end with more reliability, or longevity of ownership because of the reliability. Yeah, that thing that looked like Space Age, but that was cool. Looked like a little egg. The Toyota Previa. That was cool. I'd still be pushing that wagon today if it wasn't for that kid, right? Yeah, I'm sure people have gotten way over 500,000. My first car was a 71 Chevelle. Second was a 68 Suburban that I still have. Here, third car was 78 Cordoba. Fourth one, 73 Dodge extended cab 4x4. Yeah, my first car that I had, the first car I drove was my parents' 79 Ford Thunderbird and the big 15-passenger van. Well, the size of it, the extended cargo van. First was 77 Cougar XR7 with 351 Cleveland. Yeah, the Thunderbird had the same engine. It had the 302. It was in the Mustang. But Thunderbird was such a big, heavy car, it couldn't go like the Mustang. But it was like a tank, though. That was a nice car to drive. So those are the first cars I drove. First car I owned was a 82 Plymouth Reliant. Dodge Aries Plymouth Reliant. Yeah, 82 Plymouth Reliant station wagon with vinyl seats, and it had like it was like an aluminum dash or something like that. Painted aluminum dash. I love that car. I had it less than a year because the engine in it was, I found out later that it was like the Mitsubishi engine, which was known to have a lot of issues. But it did what I needed it for, got me around. I had friends piled up in that car like crazy, even in the back. Early 90s, small town. You're just going down the road. You have people hop in the back of the wagon, right? First one I drove was the 68 Suburban. Yeah, Mustang guys buy all my parts. Had 84 Capri. Yeah, I know someone who had a Capri. I was gonna build, but life, right? So the next car I had was my parents' old 81 Olds Cutlass. It needed an engine. So my dad was at that time back in the car sales business. So through his connections there, he found someone with an engine for it, and engine and install, $700. So cost me that and a few other things. So it was like $1,000 to get the car on the road. I drove that car for almost 3 years. But I called it the Gutless Cutlass because it was just the 6-cylinder engine in it. But it was a nice car to drive, though. The suspension was meant to haul a full family. If you look at the weight rating of new cars, it's maybe 700 pounds, right? I wonder how many people don't look at the weight ratings on cars. My favorite car all around though was 84 Chevette show car. The Chevettes, they were cool. They were cool, man. I had a Hyundai Pony, which looks very similar to a Chevette. They were both rear-wheel drive, small cars that were awesome on gas, and you could zip all around. So then after the Cutlass was my 85 Mercury Topaz, another nice, neat little car. Could lift the engine 1.3 liter by hand, right? Well, I know it like different records in that, like standard auto records. Years like even now they have like you have an entrance fee, $49.95 or whatever to get in the yard. Whatever you can carry out is what you pay. Like you pay just that entrance fee. Whatever you carry out is yours. Guys, be carrying out engines. 90s were aerodynamic, right? When I was 17, totally rebuilt to 78 Mustang. Ooh, nice. Mustang 2, the small Mustang, took 4-cylinder output, 327 5-speed standard with a rear end that I narrowed to fit the car. Would do power turn on the side. Wow, that's cool, Wayne. That's cool. So then after the Mercury Topaz, that one there I just got rid of because it just needed too much work to keep it going. Then I got that's when I got the Pony. I drove that thing for 4 months, put on 20,000 kilometers in that time. I was driving it back and forth to school, blew the engine. And then I got an 87 Topaz. No, Taurus. Ford Taurus. 4-cylinder. So it was underpowered for the car. And the 4-cylinder engine was known to have some issues. It was fuel injected, but a single injector directly into the throttle body. It's kind of a bit of a weird setup. But that ended up having eventually. I loved that car. I had that car for a couple of years. Put a lot of kilometers on it. Took it to the States a couple of times. Went down to Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky with it. And I remember the water pump went on me when I was coming back to, on the way back, I was stopping at my sister's in Michigan. Just Warren, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. And I went through a red light on purpose because I was like just a mile or two down the road was my sister's place. And the water pump had ceased. We'd started having issues down in, I think it was Indiana. Somewhere. I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look at the map. But then the water pump seized up just as I'm on the like whatever highway, whatever, getting off, not interstate, but off the highway, whatever, getting off just to go to my sister's place. And the belt pops off. So I'm like, car's overheating. I'm like, I'm almost there. state trooper sees me blow through the red light. It was middle of the night, like it was like 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I got my wife and my daughter in the back seat. She's like a little baby, and he let me go. He said, like I was able to drive the car. He let me drive the car. I was able to get the car started. I don't know how I got the car started. It shouldn't have started again. Because it was like a one belt. So it did like alternator, everything. So I was almost out of power. And I was able to get it just into my sister's driveway. And then in the morning, I shouldn't have been driving it around like this because it could have done some major damage. But the the garage that I had to look after it was just down the street and across the way. So had I not exactly funny, man. I wasn't really even that nervous, to be honest with you, because like it wasn't like it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, busy intersection that I'm going through, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I got literally, it could have turned out worse though. But I think maybe if I didn't have my wife and my daughter with me, I think it may not have gone that well. All my vehicles have spare belts, right? I should. I don't right now. I should. But even a spare belt wouldn't have helped me in that situation because the water pump was fucked. So there was no way around that. Back in the old days where you had 2 or 3 different belts, you have one belt go on, depending on what it is, you could get by a little bit. Now it's like one belt for all for most of the vehicles, and you're screwed. Any component in that system that belt runs on that's supposed to spin, if that seizes up, you're done. Right? I always thought the SHO tours, SHO tours with the Yamaha. Oh yes, that was awesome. It was 200 horsepower or something like that, 199 horsepower or something. And the car came with like a skirting kit that made it look lowered. First trip out west, 4 of us, 16-year-old, drove Windsor to Banff, 86 tempo. They were a great little car, man. Awesome on gas. My wife and I drove we used to do 700, 800 kilometer road trips on the weekends. And this is after me commuting back and forth to work all week. Put a complete floor in that car from firewall to trunk. All the Mustang. Warren News is the craziest in the state, right? She doesn't live there anymore. She lived right on the edge of a really not great, so great area. Their area was not so bad, but stuff was starting to creep in to them, to their area. They had a couple of kids and stuff, so they moved back. They originally were here, and they lived in Michigan, in Warren, for like 14 years. And then they moved back to Ontario 11 years ago. Your daughter's married now. Both kids are, your daughter's out in, I think, BC. I think. I could be wrong. Your son lives in the States or something now. But I remember she had her catalytic converter cut off her car one time. I know I said I was going to go. I'm having fun here talking cars. Back before I was old enough to drive, I was driving home a bunch of drunk people, and they were all passed out in the car. Cop pulled me over and asked me for my license. I told him I never got it yet. He asked what I was doing. I told him I was driving drunks home, and he told me to get them home. Oh, man. I bet you got some interesting stories, Wayne, over the years. There's one really interesting one there. I don't think you'd get away with that today. Billy Joe says I had a Lima Bean Green 1964.5 soft top or soft cloth white top. Love it, but somebody else loved it more. Couldn't turn offer down. Oh wow. Last time I was in Warren, a homeless lady dropped her drawers in the 7-Eleven parking lot and relieved herself. Oh, man. I haven't been there for years. Like I said, my sister moved back 11 years ago. And it was probably 3 or 4 years before that. Maybe even a little bit more when we were there last. So it's been probably near 15 years since I was there. Billy Joe's smoking her blueberry muffin BX1 photo femme from Backdraft Genetics. Yummy it is. Aw, thanks. Now I want fresh baked blueberry muffins. I could tell you a few you wouldn't believe, Ron, that really... Oh, was you, Wayne? The crazier the story, I think that's probably closer to the truth for you. Waylon does a game on one of his shows, and it's one where, and he's trying to do it anonymously now. So like so he does, like, because he puts his story there. Whatever. There's his story that's in there as well sometimes, I believe. But there's several stories put in there, and crazy stories. And you got to guess which one is the one that actually happened. So, for example, this here could be a choice of a story, something that happened. Hey, one time I was in Warren. Homeless lady dropped her drawers at 7-Eleven parking lot, relieved herself. Did that actually happen? And you got to guess. Oh, okay, no, yeah, I think that might have happened, but maybe not. Then you hear another crazy story. It's like, no, you got to try to figure out which one was the one that actually happened and which ones are just made up crazy shit. Because sometimes Florida stories too. Somehow, some way, Florida has some crazies, and I don't know. It just seems crazy. So, well, perfect example of this is Christine Tara here of NOK Network. She's got a show now on episode 17, I think, is coming up tonight. Actually, let me bring up... we didn't even do the weather or anything this morning. Haha, been a totally different show. Can't wait to try the blueberry muffin plants I'm growing, right? Wayne's got blueberry muffins. Now I really, really want blueberry muffins. Okay, so let me go to, what was I doing? Oh yeah, StreamYard. Because we do got to get out of here. So I guess this is probably a good segue. I know I didn't finish talking about all the cars I had, but that was a good conversation talking about cars. Hold on. It's a really good thing there wasn't cell phone back then, back when I was growing up. I wouldn't be here talking to you, Ron. Right? DJ Short, Blueberry. Okay, so tonight, what we got coming up on NOK Network? Today is Sunday. Well, Kim's already been in, done the Rumble links. So we got, episode 18. Episode 18, Cannabis and Crime tonight with Christine Terra and rotating joint hosts on the show with her. Episode 18. And what Cannabis and Crime is, let me go right on over here. Cannabis and Crime with host Christine Terra. So Christine Terra brings in guests to get live reactions to news stories on real-life crimes with some hilarious details. So what she does, she puts up a mugshot or whatever of the person, and we got to try to guess what they got caught doing, like what they're charged with or whatever, right? So there's some pretty crazy, hilarious stories that she picks, and it's all hilarious stuff. That's the whole idea about it. We get a good laugh, right, at the expense of the not so smart criminals. And we sit there having a little bit of weed. I am a joint host on there from time to time, depending on my availability. I was on last week, and there was this guy. This was a was it a Canadian story? I think it was a Canadian story. Guy, I don't know, full of grown adult man, driving a Barbie Jeep on the road. He was drunk, so didn't want to drive a car. Felt lazy, didn't want to walk. So he saw his neighbor's kid's Barbie Jeep sitting there. He hops on, decides to drive this down the road. Gets stopped by the police and afterwards in the parking lot or whatever. And his excuse was that he was lazy and didn't want to walk and didn't want to take the car. And he says, I'm only going 3 clicks. Used my hand signals and everything. Totally hilarious. Yeah, I do believe it was a Canadian story. But these are all stories that actually happened that Christine does. So that's on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But before that, we've got, I do believe it's Hobbies Puppets in for on the IWK 710 Daily Sesh. I do believe we have Hobbies Puppets filling in for Ashley Huffman tonight, because she's got something that she has to tend to. So I do believe it's Hobbies. So that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. So go check him out. He was on last night as well. Great show. That I wasn't there. I did share it out though, but it's always a great show with Hobbies. So Wayne says, started smoking weed and hash when I was 9 years old, started growing when I was 15. Wow. See, these are some of Wayne's stories. Did it actually happen or not? Well, these actually happened. Did my first acid trip at 14. So I could tell you a few stories, right? All right, we're going to stop the music there. I don't know why that restarted. I had to hit stop. People are tricking out those kids' cars, right? Right? I've seen that. People putting like either like a gas engine in or like a more battery power and stuff like that, and putting radio like actually like stripping the whole car down and putting little features in and LED lighting, all that type of stuff. We got kicked out of school in grade 6 for having rum in my thermos. Oh man, Wayne. Oh, you could probably write a storybook, right? Ego batteries, right? Reminds me of Tim Allen with Home Improvement. More power, right? Anyways, it's been a great show, folks. And unfortunately, I got to say goodbye. We've been on for just over an hour and a half. Wow. So we will see you again tomorrow morning for episode 322 for Monday, September the 29th, 2025. But until then, peace, everyone. Stay happy, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay high. Cheers. So have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you in the morning for another great episode of Rise and Shine. It's marijuana time. Got the totes out, breaking up bale of HP. Good times, right on. So happy growing there, Shane, and have a great day, everyone. Kawasaki Ninjas rule. Be well. All right. Take care, everyone. One last word before we go. Peace. Oh, hold on. One last comment. I could write a book on things you shouldn't hear from your daughters, Ron. Right? Right. All right. Take care, everyone, and peace. We'll see you in the morning.